Hello, pineapplers, and welcome to another episode of Wine Wednesdays with Cassandra. I don't know what's been going on, but it's just been nuts over here, so I never actually have the chance to drink wine on these anymore, but I'm still calling them Wine Wednesdays. So I'm super excited because today's topic is all about systems for marketing. So let me set this up and then we will dive right into the topic. Yay! Okay, Wine Wednesday. Okay, so today we're talking about systems for marketing and why you specifically need systems for your marketing to actually scale your business and grow your reach. So if you don't know what systems are, usually anything that is a process can be created into a system. So for example, workflows are a type of system, standard operating procedures are a type of system, automations are a type of system, and using all of that for your marketing can really help you grow your reach and also streamline and scale. Hola, Stephanie. So if you are tuning in live or even if you're watching the replay, let me know down in the comments below where you're watching from, what your name is, and also what you are drinking. I just finished my glass of water, so I have nothing to drink, but that's totally fine. So systems for marketing. Like I was saying, specific systems can really help you scale your business, especially if you have them implemented for your marketing. For example, things like having the workflow prepared. Oh, hey, Elaine. Things like having your workflow prepared, things like setting up automations, things like your standard operating procedures, so that when you have a marketing team, your team can actually create content faster, and also they know exactly what to say and what to write and what to actually post online. So a few things that we talked about last week in Wine Wednesdays was about a visibility toolkit and how a visibility toolkit can really help you grow your business and also make things easier. So a visibility toolkit, for example, is one system for marketing. Another thing, oh yay, Stephanie is watching from Colombia and she's drinking coffee. Awesome. I wish I was drinking coffee, but if I drink it now, I will not sleep. So a visibility toolkit is another system for marketing. So let's talk about specific systems for marketing that you can use. The first one is your lead generation. This is like all the content that you post. These are things that you share online. These are, when you go and do cold email pitches, that is lead generation. Another system for marketing is client intake. So if you don't realize this, but when you are taking in clients and even doing sales calls, or when you are, onboarding someone, or maybe getting on or like exchanging emails with them. Hola, Jimena. Hi, Jimena. Those are also systems for your marketing. So to repeat, the first one is your lead generation. So this is like content marketing. These are cold emails that you send out. These are SEO strategies, for example. That is a system for marketing. Another system for marketing is your client intake. So this is when those leads and those people are following you, they like you enough, and they are interested in actually working with you. Then they come and actually talk to you and they're like, hey, I want to know what it's like to work together. That is a lead intake, and this is another part of marketing because it's not the sale yet. You are still trying to work through what it's like to work together and also give them a peek into what it's like to actually work with you. When you get on the call and then you actually close the deal, that is now a sale. And then there is, after the sale, after you work with somebody, then you have something called offboarding, and that is another thing for marketing. Marketing is not just getting clients in, it's how you retain your clients. And I think a lot of people, when they talk about marketing, it's always about, oh, let me try and get more leads, let me try and get more clients, let me get new people. But the easiest and simple rule of marketing is it's so much easier to market to people who have already worked with you than to try and get new clients. So if you're always looking at the front end system of marketing, which is like putting out content, SEO strategies, Pinterest, video content, that is okay. but you're not looking at all of the other systems of marketing that can really, really scale your business and help it to grow and be sustainable. So the 3 things that I already listed. Hi, Alicia. Let me know where you are watching from and what you're drinking below. And also, Jimena, let me know what you are drinking and where you're watching from. Also, we have Jenny Arenea here. Hi, let me know where you are watching from and what you're drinking. And we have Admin Virtual Assistant. Hello. Let me know your name, where you're watching from, and what you are drinking in the comments below. Really, I wish I had a glass of wine, but there's work to be done. So if I drink wine now, I won't actually finish anything. So what I was saying was drinking cold brew and watching from my bed. Awesome. Oh, yay, my sister's here. Hey, Tatiana, let me know what you are drinking and where you're watching from below. Oh, wow, we got so many people. Cool. We have Pushing Limits blog. Hi, let me know your name and where you're watching from in the comments below and what you're drinking. So what I'm saying is you have different systems for marketing, and a lot of people, what they think about marketing is always like, hey, how can I reach more people? How can I get in front of more people? How can I, get more clients, get more sales? But the thing is, oh, the boyfriend's here. Hello, Mario, who's sitting right in front of me. Hey, Carlene. So the thing is, that is one great way of marketing, but what you really want to focus on are your other systems for marketing. So we said this is lead gen, which is all the content that you create. And then you have the client intake. So this is like when they actually come in and you're, taking them through your system of like onboarding them, doing a call to see if it's a right fit, and making sure, these are people that you actually jive with and that you can work together. Then you have the sale, right? Which is when you actually sell them this thing and the service of working together. And then after the sale is the offboarding. And this is actually a marketing system that most people forget about, because this is when, you already have a extremely warm lead, somebody who decided to work with you, and then you can actually keep them in your system and upsell them to something else, because if they really enjoy working with you, they will want to work with you further. So now you have to think about, okay, what other marketing systems can I put in place to actually continue the client relationship, right? So this could be, following up with them in 3 months, following up with them in 6 months, following up with them in 1 year. So you want to make sure that you have, I think I listed out 4 different types of marketing. So it's not just lead gen, which is what everybody talks about, creating content, pushing out SEO stuff, Pinterest, Instagram, Twitter, like local media, whatever you want to do. Then there's client intake. Then you have the sale. Then you have offboarding. But then you also want to make sure that you are just like, after offboarding, you want to make sure that you have the client experience, or I don't want to call it the client experience because they're not working with you anymore. So you have client offboarding, but then you also have the client maintaining, I don't know what it's called. I'm going to call it the client maintaining relationship system. And that is when you continuously, just keep in contact with them and, follow up, see how they're doing, and actually create some sort of relationship. So those are systems for marketing that can actually really scale your business, because, thank you, Carlene, maintenance. Yes, I think maintenance is a good one, or management. So if you have a CRM system, for example, Dubsado is the one that I use. You can use other ones. Those are great platforms and systems that you can actually use to create this entire robust process. So you want to think about the whole client experience and the whole journey. And also think about it in a way where, okay, there's one that they work with you, but what about all the people who don't work with you? All the people who, weren't a good fit, or, didn't have the budget, or weren't sure about, this is the right time, it's not the right time, something just came up and it just didn't work out. So you want to think about it from 2 perspectives, okay? The people who actually work with you and the people who don't. And you want to make sure that you have a system and a process to actually nurture all of those relationships, because all of that is marketing. And I think the easiest way is, if you have clients that already work with you, then to use a CRM system like Dubsado to continue the client experience and the client relationship. Then if you have people who don't work with you, you can still use a CRM system to set this up automatically, or you just, if you want and you don't have a lot of client client leads or anything coming in, then you can do it in your Google Calendar where you just mark, okay, follow up with this person in 6 months, follow up with this person in 3 months, follow up with this person in 8 months. And then from there, you kind of just build it into your marketing system, because now you're thinking about it from a whole picture and not just like a one-sided people coming at you. I think that's where people kind of like get mixed up about marketing, that it is always trying to get people to come to you. And it's not the case, because you're going to forget about all the people who already did come to you, who are loyal clients, who are like, super fans of your brand and your business. You can't forget about those people, because they're the people who actually invested in you. They're the people who worked with you when, you were still starting, or worked with you when, you were transitioning or anything like that. Those are the people that are already warm, and you want to nurture that relationship. So thinking about, okay, what can you do like for their birthday? What can you do for Christmas? For example, sending them a card. Those are all things that are systems for marketing that can help you really, really grow your clientele, and then even grow like the referral base, or having like affiliates to come in, anything like that. Does this make sense? Let me know down in the comments below if all of this is making sense to you all. We've got Jimena saying Dubsado is great. Carlene says, oh, I like the following up with them after X amount of time. Yep, totally sure. Let me know if you have any of these systems for marketing in place, not just like the general front-facing front end that everybody sees, which is the content, because that is kind of like the easy way. But the other way is like when you actually take the time to build out these relationships and not just focus on new, more. What you're doing is now focusing on creating a sustainability in your business, because you're nurturing the right types of relationships and not just getting shiny object syndrome to grow like rapidly. Jimena says it makes sense. I love the end of the year messages. I did that last year. Yes, Jimena actually sent me a thank you card. I think I have it somewhere. I'm not going to get up and find it because that might take a while. But I have a thank you card that Jimena sent me, and we didn't really work together, but she was like, oh, thank you so much for just being like an inspiration, and, just for, being in my life and all this stuff. And it was actually just super nice, because now when I think of like, okay, if somebody needs a VA, I'm thinking about Jimena, because we've created some sort of relationship where I know I trust her work and I can refer her to somebody else. Janae Aranea says, this is how I've gotten the clients I have now. Yes, awesome. So can you share a little bit about what you did in the comments, and like how you were able to get some of your clients? Because even, okay, like say there are some service-based providers here. Yes, following up and maintaining a relationship really works. There are some service providers here who might have like specific things. And I know Alicia, she plans weddings, but what else can you do to reach out to people if it's not just like their first anniversary, but maybe like the 1 month mark? And I'm sure she does this because I know her. So you could do like the 1 month mark, the 1 year mark, the 2 years. You can even like share something about, okay, what if you did a small event, if they get pregnant, after they come home from their honeymoon, anything like that. What do you do if they don't respond to your follow-up? So if they don't respond to your follow-up, this is all automated. So it depends on like if I remember myself. So usually if I have it in my system, I set up a quick automation in Dubsado to do this checkup, and sometimes people respond and sometimes people don't. And what I found actually is that most of my ideal clients, the clients that I absolutely loved working with, will always respond. The people who I still set up that checkup, like the checkup workflow to, who I kind of, it's not like I didn't like working with them, but it wasn't like the best fit, they actually don't follow up. And I found that it's totally fine. Another thing is, even if I have the email automation on Dubsado, what I usually do is I just go into Instagram or Facebook, and if I see something from them that pops up, then I am automatically like commenting, liking, or sending a voice note or even a DM just to be like, hey, just saw this, how are you? Thought of you, how's life going? Or, just like little things where if I see them online, then I will follow up with them. especially if something reminds me of them or if I've been like thinking about them and I want to send that message. And most of the time, it's not really to sell anything. It's really just to see how they're doing and maybe see if there's anything that I can share with them, either a free resource or invite them to do something, or even like a collaboration, because a lot of my past clients, I have collaborated with them on other levels for my current clients. And Stephanie is working with me now in the Use Your Voice Mastermind, and she says, I love getting those messages from you. Yeah, so for example, in the Use Your Voice Mastermind, they are paying clients, and we have a Facebook group going on, but we also have private Voxer messages. And one thing that I've learned is that I love like just making sure that everybody has like a great start to the week. So what I've now incorporated doing is sending out Voxer messages to each person. Oh, hey, Monica. Sending out messages to each of the Use Your Voice Masterminders with a funny GIF to start the week, or I'm sending them a fun YouTube video because I just thought about them and I was like, hey, and I really personalize it. Like I'm not sending each of them the same song. I am sending them songs that I actually think make sense for their business and their personality. And those are little things. Another thing is I have different collaborations with other business owners, and it's not like they will work with me, but what I do is I just send out and reach out to them because maybe we can refer each other to different clients. Maybe a client that I have is not a good fit, so I can refer to them to somebody else. Jimena says, I love getting those messages from you as well. Carlene says, Monica, I loved your YouTube video with Cassandra. Monica says, thank you. I could chat with Cassandra all day. Really? Actually, Monica and I do weekly check-in calls with each other, and we talk for like 2 hours. I think our first call was like 3 hours, and we were like, oh, we've been talking for 3 hours. So really, it's like just creating a friendship. I was just talking to Carrington, who came into the Facebook group the other day. And this is like, okay, so we kind of veered a little bit from the subject, but like we were talking about clients first, but now let's talk about like collaborations and people that you can also refer back and forth to, right? So I've created I guess a relationship with other people who could potentially be collaborators, or people who I can invite into my community to be guest experts, or I can go into their community to be guest experts, and I'm just chatting with them like normal. For example, Carrington, we were just chatting because I shared one of her posts on my personal account, and she was saying about her husband, and he had like a medical procedure, so I was checking in on her. And then I was like, like your booty in that picture that you just posted looks so good. And she goes, oh my gosh, yeah, thank you. And I was like, you know what? I don't know if our online friendship has reached that level, but I'm going to take it to that level because we've been chatting back and forth. She came into the Own Your Voice Own Your Voice Movement Facebook group to give a guest expert talk about TikTok and videos. So, the more you have this rapport with people, the easier it is to just chat with them and even like refer them to others. And I also want to say, like, be mindful of that energy because you have to also set boundaries. And I know sometimes when you're talking to people, it could be really easy to like try and give and do a lot and, just help them. But like I have friendships where I know that I cannot, I have friendships where I cannot necessarily do the same thing. And that's okay because not every friendship is supposed to be like that. But I've been mindful and very cautious about those types of friendships because I know it's a mutual collaboration, or even in a client sense, it's a mutual client respect. There are just some people that doesn't work with. So does this make sense? We kind of got off on a tangent because then we started talking about like collaboration systems and like client systems and marketing systems. But really, I really want you all to look at marketing as a holistic and whole thing, and not just the front end, which is content marketing, because content marketing is not like the know all, be all, end all. It's really about, okay, you brought them in. Now, what is the system to market to them in a human way, talking to them, or, getting that type of face-to-face interaction, depending on how much the service or product is. Maybe you want to jump on a call, maybe you don't. But then, okay, after they've worked with you, what is the marketing that you can continue to do? And maybe don't think about it as marketing, but what is the client system and process that you can continue to have to nurture that relationship because they've already worked with you? And then, even if they've worked with you, what else can you offer them, or what else can you do to just become their friend? Like, most of my clients end up being my friends. And we just kind of chat normally. We're like, oh yeah, we're here to talk about business and like marketing and content and stuff. But then I'm asking them about, some of my clients, like in the Use Your Voice Mastermind, for example, some of my clients will tell me about their dating life. And we're just talking, like the other day, I had a call with Georgia and we were talking about Bad Bunny and J Balvin. After we did our whole like hour-long marketing and planning, then we were like, oh, we have a few minutes left, but we just wanted to chat because I hadn't seen her in a while. She hadn't seen me. And we just started talking about J Balvin, about Bad Bunny, about reggaeton, about Maluma. And it was just a nice relationship. So those are the types of things that like is marketing in a sense, because you're building this type of relationship with your clients and also potential clients. But it's not like, I don't know, it's not so harsh as people saying things like, okay, create 5 Instagram posts every single day. 2 of them need to have your face. No, you're really going out there and you're just making friends. And some of those friends will pay you because they need your help. And I think that's the easiest thing. Pushing Limits blog says, had a meeting earlier, drinking water with lunch. Awesome. Great. Okay, so I think I have a question here. It popped in, so let me see. Admin virtual assistant says, what's your specific niche in marketing? So I specifically help service-based business owners who have a impact-driven mission. So they want to not only just make profits, but they want to do it sustainably and also help their community in the long run as well, positively. So yes, Stephanie, it's so funny. I hope that answers your question, admin virtual assistant. So Stephanie says, thank you for asking about our chisme. So true. So when you become just like friends with your clients and even like your collaborators, you just end up sharing things about your life and like talking. And that is kind of like what I want you all to reframe marketing with. Marketing is not just about getting more and more and more and more and more. And having your systems for marketing is not just about getting more and more and more and more and more. It's really about, okay, you've brought people in. How can you keep them there and continue to take care of your community because they've chosen to work with you. They've chosen to pay you their money so that you can help them and you get the opportunity to help them. So how can you maintain that relationship and just continue to be friends and do it in a way that feels good for both of you? Really, that's kind of what marketing is. And when you think about it in content marketing terms, you're putting out content so that you can reach more people and make those friends. You know what I mean? It's not just like, okay, I'm going to reach more people and make 10 million thousand sales. No, that's true, because the more people that you reach, the more sales that you can make. But you really want to have like that, like comfortability, is that a word? But you know, that's what it is. Carlene says, yes, I felt so comfortable talking to Cassandra about my current job situation, and I haven't even shared that with my oldest friends. Oh my gosh. Well, thanks, Carlene. We just had a call, I think yesterday, and I think it was really good. And I hope that you got the action plan that I sent out, so that helps you. Hey, Molly. So Molly's here, and Molly was a great example. We are friends, but we ended up also being like business collaborators, and like just having the chance to talk to her, but like call on her for help, or even like me texting her randomly and being like, hey, I need a digital slap in the face. And Molly's like, all right, what do you need me to slap you about? Molly, if you want to join just quickly and we can just chat, that would be awesome, because I think we talked about doing lives together, but we never do. And it could be quick, but I think we text each other too, and we're just like, hey, I need a digital slap in the face today. Like, I need you to just get me off my shiz. And she's like, all right, what is it? And I like tell her my problems and all this stuff. And it's a great collaborative relationship and friendship where we're like, get your shit together. You can do this. You got it. And oh, okay. So it seems like a lot of people are laying in bed today and just waking up. I've been up, y'all. Like it is 7:00. But does this help answer your questions about systems for marketing? And kind of it helps you kind of like reframe the mindset around it, because it's not just about putting out content all the time. It's really about putting out content so that you can create a relationship and then continuing that relationship throughout the client experience, the client process, the client journey. All right, Molly, we got people in here asking for you to show up. Carlene says, we won't judge. It's only 10 a.m. here in California. Pushing Limits Blog says, no judgment here. Ha, 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 ha. So maybe I will have to plan this out, because I'm planning, I wanted to do something fun where it's not so much business and marketing, but I wanted to see if you all were interested in a karaoke party or a DDR party. And I hope you all remember what DDR is, because if you don't, I will be sad. Do you remember what DDR is? Please let me know down in the comments below. Mario, do you know what DDR is?
No.
You don't?
Mm-mm.
Dance Dance Revolution?
Oh, no, I didn't know.
Oh, okay. So, oh my gosh, y'all are hilarious. Okay, so it seems like karaoke is the winner. I really love DDR. But I'm thinking about hosting just a fun DDR party for people to, DDR or karaoke. Haven't decided which one yet. But if you are part of the Facebook group, our free Facebook group, Own Your Voice Movement, that post is scheduled out. So it's going to be going out tomorrow or Friday, maybe. I think Friday. On which one you would like to have, whether it's a karaoke party or it's a DDR party, and we can put this together for the Pineapplers to just network, meet each other, maybe share a few things, and then just see how we can grow together as a community for marketing and to create those relationships. So let me know in the comments below. We've got DDR is a teenage just dance. It really is. Fishing Limits Log says, definitely karaoke. Carlene says, how do you host a DDR party virtually? I don't really know how to host a DDR party virtually, but one thing about entrepreneurship is that you say yes and then you figure it out later. So if this happens to be the thing that you all want to do, DDR, I will figure it out. Don't you worry. The karaoke might be a little bit easier though, but if DDR is like the winner, then that is what we're going with. But if you are part of the Own Your Voice Movement Facebook group, and if you're not, please join, because that poll is going out on Friday. And then once I get everybody's feedback, then I will host it and put it together and just give you all the chance to network, and also to maybe come up with your own systems for marketing and make sure that, you know, what we're doing works and that you're creating your own relationships, and not just relationships to get something out of it, but, you know, relationships to actually support one another and help you all feel better about this whole journey and to put yourself out there to get more visibility. Carlene says, stream the game and create your own game pad on the floor. Oh my gosh. Could you imagine? Actually, that could work. I think we could do that. We could have like two people come up and then we play the song and like we kind of cheer each other on. This is up for discussion. But anyways, I'm going to end the live here. So thank you everybody for joining the Wine Wednesdays with Cassandra. Next week we'll have another topic. And I also wanted to share that there are just 2 seats left for the Raise Your Voice virtual retreat that is happening this Saturday. Yay! So we are hosting a virtual retreat about messaging and writing. And if you are interested in joining, then there are just 2 spots left. All you have to do is head to the link in bio and join us. We have a community for the retreat itself where we can share specific information and ask questions. We have pre-retreat homework going on. Stephanie was at the last retreat. This one, we're talking specifically about your visibility toolkit. specific writing prompts and formats, and then also going into repurposing 101 so that you all end up with learning how to basically turn one piece of content into 10 pieces of content. Oh, yay! Anna is here. Anna's actually joining us in the retreat. Super exciting. So if you want to join that, head to the link in bio because we only have 2 spots left and doors will be closing for the retreat tomorrow. And our next retreat won't actually be happening until July. And in that retreat, we're going to be talking about a totally different topic. All right, y'all, I'm going to hop off and continue working. Everybody else, if you are in bed, hope you're comfortable. Hope you have a great day. And I hope to see you in the retreat. If you want to join it, it's the Raise Your Voice messaging and writing retreat. And if not, then I will see you in the free Facebook group, Own Your Voice Movement. And that post about DDR and karaoke will be going out on Thursday. All right, everyone. Happy Wednesday, Caroline, and happy Wednesday to everybody else. Cheers. I wish I really had a glass of wine, but I don't. So fake cheers with my glass of wine. And I'll see you all soon. Bye-bye.